EA Sports coverage of the National Football League finds us across the Atlantic and along the River Liffey in the wonderful city of Dublin, Ireland. Coming up, another installment of the NFL International Series, and it should be a great one, as it'll be the Dallas Cowboys taking on the Golden Eagles of Dublin. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9? Kevontae Turpin now from his end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. So the drive's going to start with Pollard. And he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now. Well, this defense very strong in that victory from a week ago.
And what I saw on film was a nearly unstoppable pass rush. 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries given up. So now what do you do on offense? You just max protect, keep everyone in and run the ball? Or maybe just 1 or 2 receiver routes in order to try and keep your quarterback upright?
Now Prescott. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. Off the play fake, Prescott. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
And third down is a key down in any game you play. And third down defense, something we've got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
On to punt now, Anger as he boots this one away. Here's Ward to return. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And that will come the offense as they take over. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. Here's Eckler to begin the drive. And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. And that'll bring up second down. You look at this Cowboy defense. They were very strong in that victory from a week ago.
I lost count of the number of turnovers that were occurring in that game, right? I mean, I had a clicker going after a while. 5, 6, 7, 8. It was unbelievable. There haven't been that many turnovers or takeaways, however you want to say, in the game since the Reagan administration. This is absolutely unreal.
I was in diapers. Second down, here's Jalen Hurts. And his throw is going to be incomplete. Well, that's not the way you want to start. A first pass attempt and a first drop all in one.
Well, you've got plenty of time to make up for it, but obviously not the way you want to get things started. Got to shake that off and get going.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. Here's Hurts to throw. This is caught. It's Brown. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. A good pickup there, 26 yards. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at second down.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks, allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
From the 35, here's 2nd and 6. Throwing is Hurts. Ball hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
They need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a first here on 3rd down. Hurts sets up to throw it. Forced out to his left. Thrown across the field, and that will easily be intercepted. It's Brian Branch with it. And the Cowboys are going to take over at their own 30-yard line. So this is something we didn't see at all from this offense in the victory last week. That's a turnover. They didn't have any, but giving the ball away here in the opening quarter.
I love the surprise in your voice because it's exactly what you stated. Didn't see it last week, but it's a key to their win. And it'll be a key to this game as well, protecting the football. Didn't get it done there.
A run on first down, but it's not going to get him much. Maybe a yard, and that's all.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who could do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. From the 31, here's a 2nd and 9. Here's Pollard again. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 10 there. Good enough for a Cowboy first down. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give him the yardage that they needed. But they really want him to be that guy. And that's what they're doing early in this game.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Prescott. And that one's going to be off target and incomplete. CeeDee Lamb is intended target, but now it'll be 3rd down. When you look at this defense, they were very strong in that victory from a week ago.
And what I saw on film was nearly an unstoppable pass rush. They had 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries. So now you just max protect on offense, keep everyone in, and run 1 or 2 receiver routes to make sure your quarterback stays up. We'll soon find out.
On 4th down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. And this will be touched by a member of the kicking team inside the 20, and it's at the 17-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Just the one misstep for them in the first half of the season. 7-1 is the record at the midway point. And in terms of whatever power rankings you want to go by, they're at or near the top of the list in terms of best teams in the National Football League.
And for me, in my little bit of rankings here, I've got them at the top. I know there's still 2 months to go, and we've seen teams get off to hot starts and then fade away due to injuries or the schedule or whatever. But unless there are a rash of injuries on this team, I'd be surprised if they aren't a 1st or a 2nd seed come playoff time.
He's going deep for Brown. That is incomplete.
Against a team coming off a win just as your team did the previous week, you talk about being physical all game long. Sometimes being physical is just being on the spot and helping force the incompletion.
Now it's 2nd and 10. Hurts. Now he's loose at the 40. And touchdown! Austin Eckler, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Golden Eagles are on the board first here this afternoon. On for the extra point, Jake Elliott. And it's good to make it 7-0. After the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And they are over 500 for the season, 4-3. They got back above 500 with a victory last week. And, Charles, you think this is a very important week for them, do you not?
I certainly do, because when you start to do the math, and yes, I'm using my fingers to count. If you're 4-4 at the midway point, let's say you're saying 10 wins is your cutoff line for a playoff berth. It's usually right around that number. A loss here, all of a sudden you've got to go 6-2 down the stretch just to reach 10 wins. That means this game is vital.
And he'll be corralled right around the 34. Give him 15 there, and the Cowboys have a first. So finally completes his first pass. Credit the defense, though. They've been showing him some different looks, keeping him off balance.
Yeah, I like the observation that you had there, because when you give him different looks and give any quarterback different looks, it takes just a little bit longer to process sometimes, and you don't throw the ball with the same confidence. You're not sure that that's where you should go with the football, and that's worked for the defense early in this game, and now he's got his first completion. Let's see if his confidence comes back, and he starts to get into a nice little groove.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Throwing, Prescott. On the out route, it's Lamb with the grab. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down. Prescott now. And his throw is incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either. Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better, got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. Here's Prescott. We're looking for Lamb, but it's intercepted. Keely Ringo picks it off. And they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line. So a nice play defensively by the rookie, coming up with the INT. And that's a late-round pick right there, making a first-round impact. And a lot of these day 3 corners, they end up winding up on special teams and sub-packages and even on the practice squad. But he's really made an impact on this defense, and he comes up with the interception there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success. Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down. Second down, here's Hurts. Escaping the pressure right. Poor decision there, and it's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line. So this defense coming up with a takeaway, and maybe that's something that can bring a little life to that sideline. Well, I don't want to say that they've been sleepwalking through this first half, because that's simply not true. But you're right. We haven't seen a lot of fire from these guys, really, on either side of the ball. So maybe that's the catalyst that they needed to get them back into this game. In trouble, and he's taken down. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Over the middle, and there's a diving catch. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. 1st and 10, it's Pierce. Fighting ahead at the 15. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays. Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get them. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for them. Show them that you're supposed to get the football. And it's caught. Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. But it looks like one of the DBs has it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Always costly to cough up that football. These defenders, they become so adept, though, at jarring it free. Yeah, it's amazing that there aren't more fumbles caused, because now, if you're an offensive player,
You go through ball security drills every single day. It's really not out of line to think that you should take the ball to bed with you and just hold on to it. But the bottom line is, no matter how much you try to protect it, these guys are pretty good at finding ways to knock it out.
Try to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He'll get this out wide to Eckler. So no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. To throw again on second down. Hurts. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
There's a lot about that play you could easily see coming. Backed up in the shadow of their own goal line, you know they're going to face pressure.
He's lucky his arm was going forward. It was close, but it was going forward.
Yeah, it could have been a safety or even given up a defensive touchdown.
On third down, here's Eckler. He's got a full head of steam on his horse. And all the way in for the touchdown. Austin Eckler, his 10th touchdown of the season, second of the game. And the Golden Eagles have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Elliott good with a PAT, and that'll make the score 14-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily that you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmaker. There he goes, left side. A big play here for Dallas. And even 60 yards.
So often when we're watching a football game, we see one with a lot of ebbs and flows, and this one is no different. And sometimes you just need a big play to wake you up a bit. And they get one right there. That shot of caffeine this offense was looking for.
They'll go with Pollard here on first down. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, he always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used.
Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. Dante Jackson picks it. Take this one home. It's a touchdown. Wow, this one, it is getting out of hand early. They add a pick-6 to the ledger now. 3-score lead still in the first half.
And all that celebrating that you see and hear from those defenders is not just because they scored a touchdown on a pick-6. It's because they're pitching a shutout in this one. Every defender's dream.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick-6. And now the kick is away. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. I don't think they need to be reminded of the situation here. I mean, the clock is dwindling. 3-score deficit waiting for them at half. And Prescott, his third interception. Darius Slay with a pick inside the 20. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. They've been in the red zone 3 times in this game and have not scored a single point. Can they break through here on 2nd and goal? Rolling to his right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Defensive end DeMarcus Lawrence applied the heat. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. The kick by Elliott is good, and that will do it for this first half. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They give this one to their receiver, Watkins. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down. They go play action with Hurts. He's going deep for Brown. That's caught inside the 20. It's a big play there. 47 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. They'll set up a throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
2nd and 10. They'll look to throw. And he comes back with one complete. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Sets him up nicely. 1st and goal. It was a pickup of 14. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And it's caught. Touchdown. Dallas Goedert from 3 yards out. And the Golden Eagles take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Elliott good on the extra point, and the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
But we saw that he had a lot of success last week throwing the football, but that hasn't translated to this week. But with his team behind, I don't expect him to back off. I expect him to keep firing.
Here's 2nd and 10. Play action now. Prescott. Now the pressure comes, and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
On the return is Ward. And now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown! It's a punt return score of 70 yards. And the Golden Eagles are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Elliott now to add the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So after the punt return touchdown, let's see what their opponents can do with this kickoff. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
He's letting it fly for Cooks. And that's caught inside the 35. So how about this for a change in field position? From inside the 10, here's first down on the other side of the field. Now Prescott. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. It's Nakobe Dean with a pick. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
I think it's safe to say that he's made some questionable decisions out there so far. Forced some throws into tight coverage. He's already been picked off in this game. 4th down now, but he was fortunate on that one not to have another turnover on his ledger.
31 yards on the punt there. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. The disparity in this game, it just seems to grow with each possession here, Charles. They are really struggling. They have not put up a single point, and on the other side, the points keep piling up and up and up.
So you know the frustration level has to be rising, right? So they've got to find a way to quell that because otherwise they certainly won't get anything done in this one. Keep diving deeper into the offensive playbook, but bottom line is don't quit competing.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw. It's knocked away and incomplete. We've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
And he can't escape, and down he goes. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. The Cowboys will go. Prescott. And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, Cowboys. Kevontae Turpin, 68 yards. And the Cowboys' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Extra point right down the middle. So they do get 1 score back, but still a long way to go here in the 3rd quarter. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. Oh, a good return up past the 30. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Still comfortably on top, 3rd quarter as they start things here with a 1st and 10. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
And while the guys with the ball are having a whole lot of fun keeping it on the ground, The guys on the opposite side, they are having zero fun. They've been getting pushed around the entire game and haven't found an answer yet to slow down the running game.
They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. They go backwards there 2 yards, and 2nd and 1 is now 3rd and 3.
Well, I would have figured after the 9-yard run on the previous play, getting 1 more yard wouldn't have been much of a problem. But apparently it was, and now it's 3rd down.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. Osa Odighizuwa with the effort there to earn the sack. 3 quarters in the books. And they'll send out their punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. .39 yards on the punt. Give him just 1 yard on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You'd have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made. And
my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Avonte Maddox. And he'll take this all the way down inside the 40. But with this advantage, this defense knew that passes were coming, and they stayed in position, Charles, and picked one off here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, what a way to cap things off, huh? Because I think this is part of the game within the game. They see the scoreboard, they see what they can accomplish, and they went for it.
This one out quickly to Watkins. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and that will bring up 2nd down. From the gun, it's Hurts. And it's caught. Touchdown. A.J. Brown, 32 yards. And the Golden Eagles add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. When coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all 3 phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back through the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we have been disappointed in watching their execution throughout this contest.
And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Cost him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
He's up to 87 yards receiving now, and it's a 1st down. They run straight ahead here with Pollard. And this is going to be a Cowboys 1st down as good running gets him to about the 44.
So after a run like that, I will guarantee that the head coach is saying to himself, maybe even over his headsets to the rest of the staff, where was that all game long? We need...
No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose.
Much like the running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time. Wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
Prescott off play action. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
The Cowboys on third down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 14. And now here is another interception. Dante Jackson picks it. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable fourth-quarter lead. He's going deep for Brown. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Partner, you and I have struggled with this for years. You've got the lead. Just take care of the football and burn some of that clock. But there's something to be said for not taking your foot off the gas as well, because you can never have too big of a cushion. That one, though, falls incomplete.
He's going deep for Brown. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Partner, in the sportsmanship handbook, there's something to be said for calling the dogs off in a blowout. But these defenders, they also know this is the NFL, and it's their job to stop them, whether they're in the game or they're down by a handful of touchdowns.
Off the play fake, here's Hurts. He'll buy some time right. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Well, they're up comfortably here, Charles, but that lead certainly not dissuading them from pressing the envelope late. I mean, if anything, with these passes, it's like they're getting more aggressive to try to drive the ball downfield.
And that will certainly lend itself to some post-game questions for that coach, and maybe you and I should attend that press conference to see what he has to say, because someone's going to ask him why he continued to push it. My guess, he didn't like how some of the snaps were run earlier, and he wanted to use that as a chance to clean things up, but he certainly will have some explaining to do.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Broke a tackle, but not much room there. Just up past the 25, no further. 2nd down and 6 now from the 26. Here's Prescott. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
On play action, Prescott. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
Desperation time. Prescott on 4th. And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. The Cowboys here unable to convert on 4th down. And the ball will go over on downs on the short side of the field. Running on 1st down, Eckler. And just good downhill running there as he'll take this to the 15-yard line. 133 yards rushing for him now as his sensational afternoon continues. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Once more, here's Eckler. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Now it looks like he'll throw here. Now he'll escape to his right. His throw incomplete.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
They had the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Now Jake Elliott for the field goal try. He hit his first, this one from 38. The kick by Elliott is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So a nice kick there as they are able to add on to their lead.
And that's exactly what you're looking to do. Maneuver yourself into range. That way, if your drive stalls out, you're able to get something out of it. And they do so right there.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. Well, CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is end the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward. And my goodness, another interception. Dante Jackson picks it, and he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
63.
Hurts sets up to throw it. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked up by Trayvon Diggs. And the Cowboys are going to take over at their own 2-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone.
And now here is another interception. Darius Slay with a pick. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line.
They'll take over 1st and 10. Silver.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He finds his man complete. That's Watkins. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A good gain of 12 yards that time. Hurts. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
Pretty secure lead, but what's the harm in adding another touchdown, right? At least that's what they were thinking on that snap. But if he wants to add more points, got to bring the throw down just a little bit and keep it.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Trayvon Diggs. And the Cowboys come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over. And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so.